What is up, legends? We are back, biggity back. All right, so the major question that I had, actually, no, I'll respond to this because I tend to not really go into leaks that much. But people are worried, and I just want to point out the last video because somebody said, well, the leak nerfs what you said in the video, which it does if that's the case and they want to actually do that, but that still does not stop you from actually getting the free character. I'm not going to show you the leak. I'm not going to bring that up on the screen because companies usually don't like that, but I will address it because it makes people worried. You still are going to actually be able to get Monster Hunter Ken. It's just not going to be easy as it is the way that it was in CN. CN, you can essentially do it in about 3 to 4 currency worth of summons. Basically, now it's going to be 3 times that if that chart is actually right. They keep it the way that whoever leaked that in beta. And I'm going to say right now because I know specifically now in general that Crunchyroll and the devs are actually watching me. You need to change your testing cycle because that's too much on the nose right there. If that's real, you got somebody dirty in your testing cycle. I'm not trying to call anybody out, but that's messed up because that is a raw screenshot from a test. So whoever you have tested, you have to scrub all of that. You have to get rid of all of that because if they're doing stuff like that, and it might even be a dev that actually did that. Y'all got to get it, figure it out. Like it goes, all these big companies, like it goes through that. I hate to be saying that, but you got to figure it out. Genshin goes through that. Tower of Fantasy goes through that. Epic 7 goes through that. Like eventually, you just have to get paid testers at the end of the day that are an NDA lock, and when stuff leaks, you know where it's actually coming from. Like it's coming from like a company or something like that. Like you can't have some rando or somebody's kid trying to make a buck or something like that throwing out stuff like that, especially when it's controversial. And the reason why it's controversial is like I don't devs, we can actually see China, right? People like me can actually see China, right? And have videos up from like literally 2 years ago. You can't change systems that drastically like that and expect people not to get mad, which is essentially kind of what happened in the official Discord, where like, and a lot of drama on top of that, like that is just you being ignorant at the end of the day. And like, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes over at the company and everything else like that, like, but these are things that you got to be aware of. You can't just change stuff like that region to region. That is a drastic change from CN to global. That is a drastic change. It's 3 times the grind. Now we can still do it. And another thing that's bothering people is the fact that in one of the shots is you can actually just raw buy Ken. It's just like pay to win raw buy Ken. You could do that in China too, but it wasn't necessarily just obvious, but you still could. What you could do is the tier that you can get Ken on, you could just buy the currency for the entire tier. Now you can actually get Ken before, like just get Ken basically in the tokens for buying that particular tier, and then you have like the guaranteed Ken plus whatever you got lucky enough to actually get in the random gacha. Now, even in this right now, Ken is still up there at the top. Goromagawa is still there where you can actually get those characters. Like you can actually get Ken, you can actually get Goromagawa as the EX. You can get lucky and get them back to back in like 1 or 2 tickets basically for grinding out the event. So that is still possible. It's not like it's not possible and that it's locked to just that. It's even in the leaks, you can still do that. So again, that's just I don't know what people were trying to do in that whole situation. It's like they like, guys, I'm gonna say this, and I hope you really understand. There are bad actors in the game community who want to benefit off of misinformation, who want to benefit off of drama. So they quote unquote think they're going to get famous when they do like Reddit posts or get in Discord and everybody's laughing with them, or YouTube videos. They assume that they're going to get famous off that. You don't get famous off that. Being a drama mama never gets anybody famous, except maybe Keemstar, and everybody hates him. So if you want to be that type of famous, go for it. But like the other 99% of the world, you don't get famous for being a drama mama. At the end of the day, you don't get famous for using misinformation to get views in a video. You don't get famous in Discord for, you know, laughing at a company and stuff like that. All people are going to do is just look at you and say, ha ha ha, you suck, and then your 15 minutes of fame are up. So in this particular situation, and this is me, I'm a 10-year YouTuber, by the way. I've been a content creator before content creators were even famous, or even even the person who started the whole entire, all the content creators. I was the OG and the first one who started it. And I'm telling every single person that thinks that because they're going to just do drama videos over and over again, especially in the gacha community that is so small compared to PC and other things like, you know, FPS and stuff like this, you are not going to get famous doing drama videos. So you might as well just cut that shit out. All you're doing is just making people mad for no reason. So, no, dudes ain't gonna listen, but I'm saying it in general. So hopefully that puts the whole Manhunt thing to bed, and it's gonna be here in like a couple of days anyway, so it kind of really doesn't matter. So going forward, we have one other thing to actually talk about, and that's Destiny Tarot. So I have a thing that I like power before characters, and I see a lot of people still saying that they're stuck on 1040 and level 40 and all that type of stuff. If you are free to play, here's my suggestion to you. Unless you, for whatever reason, have the biggest crush on Rose and Jury, ignore them. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because you'll get a shot at them later. Just like you getting a shot at them right now, what you need is power. What you need is to break your limits on all your characters. So that's when you ignore that and you start paying attention to this. This is for your gear. Your rare accessory stuff is for your gear, for actually gearing yourself up and getting yourself stronger. This might be one of the most important things in here, other than the characters. In my opinion, the second most important thing will be the amount of breakstones right here and how much that's actually going to give you. This is 24 hours, 24 hours, like that's 5 days basically of breakstones. So everybody who was like stuck and not getting enough breakstones, like, I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm doing right now. I don't care about Jury and Rose because it doesn't matter, because I'm just gonna get them and have one of them and be looking at them be trash anyway. So for me, it kind of doesn't even matter, and they're not going to help my progression just having one piece of them. And then on top of that, Jury is a darkness unit, and I don't have Bison, so I'm going to lose the passive. You have to think about stuff like that. That's not worth it. It's cool and all that you're getting a free Jury, and you can only Jury and a Rose, and you can only pick one, because you essentially are going to get 600 points free if you've been doing it the entire time. It's going to be 600 didn't mean to click that. It's going to be 600 of these tarot essence. You see, I have 50 right now so far. Maybe 550. I think it's going to be 550 because it's not going to be enough time in the drops for all of that. So either way, you're only getting one out of this. And you have to be there all the days to actually do this. So me personally, even though I really like Rose and I want to get Rose, I'm not going to give up progression for Rose. I'm just not. And for me, progression is these breakstones right here. Like I'm getting all of this stuff right here. This is just the me thing right now. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm not telling you to do anything. And I get people use me as a big resource. I give you suggestions. That's why you never see me use words like this is the best tier list ever, because people wanted me to do that. It's not about me making the best. That was me making a tier list. I'll explain that in a second, because that was a source of contention because of how I did the tier list. I did the tier list as a professional way because I was actually being sponsored to do it professionally. I wasn't doing it as a I guess you could say a fanboy. I wasn't fanboy tier listing. That's and that's really not how you're supposed to do a tier list, and that's why it kind of threw people off, because they were getting something professional when they were expecting like the fanboy version of tier list, and we don't do that around here. So with that said, I'm ignoring Rose and Jury. Now, if Rose and Jury fits your team, I'm saying it again, if Rose and Jury fits your team, go after one or the other. You're gonna have to pay to win to actually get both, but go after one or the other. And then, you know, again, it's only gonna be one, so you're not gonna have a limit break. And I don't think them in the case, Gen as a zero character, which is one of the reasons why I ranked him high. Gen as a zero character nukes the face off everything, is one of the fastest characters in the game and can be put in multiple places because he has the master rank. That's the reason why he was SS on the tier list. And the dude was like, well, Gen's not that good. And the minute I saw somebody say that, I was like, you don't know what you're doing. So with that said, you know, if Rose is your thing and you're going for trolls type of teaming, or not trolly, if you're going for not trolling, was it turtling? That's what, if you're going for turtling, if you're going for a good set in PvP for defense, we're not talking about the draft, because the draft is just luck of whatever you get. But if you're going for a good defense squad, Rose is excellent for defense. Throw Rose out there with Evelyn and Bison and Blanca, and nobody gonna kill that. On and you got Gear too. That sucks. That actually sucks to fight. If they don't come in there with the right DPS, they're not gonna get that win on you on defense. So let's keep that in mind. And Jury is very situational. She's a situational assassin. It takes a little bit of work and a team and Bison to go along with her. Hopefully we're gonna have maybe Vega, Balrog, and a couple other darkness units to come in and kind of help her out to be more useful, because right now she's kind of just like a wild card, because it's kind of hard to have Bison and her at the same time. So yeah, keep that in mind. So in my eyes, that just eliminates these top three things. Like, I don't even know why you would even want the avatar thing with how limited a time this is to actually do this. It's really on purpose to make you choose and try to influence and force you into saying, hey, you know, I want to top up and get all this. But for me, rare accessories, mounted breakstones, huge fighter EXP, and mountain cash is where it's at. That's where I'm sticking to on that, because that affects my account, that affects my power, that makes me be able to do more things. And I got characters I need the limit break, like Elena, that's gonna take me right up to the point of actually being able to limit break. So that's more important to me. You can kind of do whatever you want from that point. Trust me, do whatever you want. I'm not telling you that there is any wrong choice in this store, because that is incorrect. There is no such thing as a wrong choice in this store beyond this. This might be a wrong choice in the store, because this is too easy to come by. Everything else in here is of worth, and maybe the avatar thing. Like, would you? I will catch you guys next video. Hopefully this helps out, and see you soon. Thank you, Legends, for getting to the end of the video. We do 3 to 4 videos every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be first in notification squad. I love everybody who stops by, and I will see you next video. Peace.